Good morning, everybody. I'm hanging out at McDonald's this morning. I'm putting some new tires on my old beat-up fishing truck, having it aligned. Nisha says good morning. Good morning to you, Nisha. How are you? So I'm over at you don't know what a McDonald's is. It's everybody knows what McDonald's is, right, Nisha? I'm doing pretty good, you know. Not doing too bad. Allergies are acting up. You know, it's early spring for us, which means the flowers are starting to come out, the trees are starting to come out, and it's windy. One day it's 70, the next day it's 50, you know, so all of our allergies are going to go crazy. But I'm doing good otherwise. Lorelai is at home in bed sleeping. I got to take Lorelai out and our friends out this weekend for her birthday. So she got red roses yesterday from a good friend of ours. So Nisha, how are you? How did you do on your test, Nisha? But overall for us, it's going pretty good. I'm really tired, but it's going pretty good. You have a holiday tomorrow? Is it for any particular reason? Like in America, you have Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year, 4th of July. Is it, spring break, summer break, all of those things? I did good except for in math. Uh-oh. No particular reason. All right. In America, we never have a holiday without a particular reason. So every holiday has something attached to it. That way, businesses and corporations can make more money off of us. Wow. And that's really good. 97 out of 100. One of my college professors many years ago when I was still a student, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for giving us a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to it? We'd appreciate that. One of my old professors told me one time, he said, look, when I was a young student, because I always assessed over trying to make a perfect 100 on everything. And he told me, he's like, look, you got to understand that a 92A is just as good as a 100A. So use your time and your resources accordingly, meaning don't focus so much on getting a perfect A in one subject. Make sure you get all A's in every subject. So divide your attention accordingly. And you should try your best. You should try your best, absolutely. But at some point we come to realize, like he said, a 92A is still an A. An A is an A. And as long as you get all A's, it's all that matters. Especially here in the United States, because nobody cares what your A was. They don't care if it was a 92A or a 100A. Businesses don't care, schools don't care. They just care whether you got an A or not. So, but you should be proud of yourself. Yes, and that's the key. The other thing I tell young people is you got to balance work, in your case, school life. And so I used to tell my college students, look, you got to be, and coworkers for that matter, look, you got to be able to get outside and enjoy life. I know you either want to make all A's or do perfect at work or perfect at school. but you can't make that all you do. You gotta have friends, you gotta have a life, you gotta have a hobby, you gotta have an adventure. So, and that was something hard for me to learn, but it's true. Because at the end of the day, we never know anybody that says, I've never met anybody as they got older in life and said, gee, I sure do wish I would have worked a whole lot more in my life. I've never met anybody who said, gee, SB52 says hello, thank you for coming in, thank you for subscribing and the thumbs up. So ESME52, good to see you. So that's kind of my tip to all of you kind, wonderful people, is you have to have enjoyment in life. So today is Friday in America, if you didn't know. It's about in the mid-50s right now. We got winds. It's really windy today, so my allergies are acting up. And maybe here in a little bit I'll take you guys outside on a walkabout. But I dropped my truck off to have some new tires put on it, so I'm sitting here watching them do it across the street. But my beautiful wife's having a birthday. I am from the America. You're from Turkey? Nice. Yeah, I'm in the middle of America is where I'm currently at. So, yep, you think work and enjoying life is very important? It is. To me, it is. I used to tell my coworkers, look, work is not who you are. What you want to do is use work to enjoy your personal life. Work is a job, work pays you. You take that and you go home and enjoy your life. God, what am I allergic? What it is just seasonal allergies here. It's not so much I'm allergic to anything, it's the fact that things are starting to bloom, and so there's a lot of pollen in the air. And with the high winds and the cool temperatures, it blows everywhere and just kind of messes you up. Lorelei, on the other hand, is allergic to everything. Turkey is a place I've always wanted to visit. I think it'd be cool to go see Turkey. But, I'd like to go see every country in the world at least one time to say I've been there. My dogs were excited this morning because they know that when I leave, they get a treat. So my dogs were happy to kick me out of the house this morning. Yeah, get out of here. Give us a treat. Go away. We don't care what happens as long as we get a treat. So I think we're going to go out for Lorelei's birthday tomorrow night. And I think we're going to go with another couple who's Filipino. And I think we're going to go eat Thai food is what we're going to do. It's kind of like a Asian influence. Yep, that's right. They're members too. That's it. Well, our dogs think they run the house. They get very jealous of everything. Like this morning, I had a phone call early, and I'm sitting on the couch, and the dogs are laying on the floor. But as soon as the phone rings, they got to come and be nosy to figure out who's calling. Is that somebody? Is that something? I need to know. Fire trucks. Yep, he's a fire truck. Here, I'll put you up in the window. Turn the camera around. This is what our view is from the outdoors. Oh, I know. They need to know everything. You know, they definitely don't want to miss out on a treat, you know, or an opportunity. They've got us pegged. You can tell there's still a lot of traffic here. It's early, but this part of the town that we are in stays busy all day long. We are literally right around Starbucks, Chick-fil-A's, which is a chicken restaurant, a big Walmart Supercenter. We have eyeglasses here, haircutting place, sub sandwiches, dental practices, sporting goods stores, everything. But you can see how windy it is today, guys. See our flags flying there? It really is. And there's an old saying my grandparents used to tell me in March, because it's March now here, that what you do is the weather. You know, old people always have all these old sayings, right? And maybe I'm becoming old, so I have a lot of old sayings. But old people, my grandparents used to say, well, you know, in like a lion, out like a lamb. In like a lamb, out like a lion for spring in America, March. So if March comes in with extremely high winds, and a lot of storms, then the end of March is going to be really nice. If it comes in, the first of March has very simple weather, then the end of March is going to be where all the big thunderstorms are. And we've already had a bunch of thunderstorms. We even had a snowstorm the other day. Meaning we were having storms, thunderstorms, but the temperature dropped so much that when we woke up in the morning, we had about maybe a quarter of an inch of snow on the ground. So spring is not over yet. It is starting here. So Lorelai and I do have our trip to Alabama booked. We've got her vacation scheduled. We got an Airbnb already booked for Alabama, so we're looking forward to that. So I've been watching a whole lot of fishing videos on Fishing Alabama, you know. Yeah, well, she needs a vacation, and, you know, we're thinking about living in this part where we're going, so we got to go check it out and see what's what and all of that. Man, watching all the traffic. But yeah, spring in America is complicated. The weather can be really rough. We may have tornadoes. We had tornadoes last year in this part of the country. We may have heavy floodings and rains. a little bit of everything can happen around here. So we are very much looking forward to Alabama's trip, going down there and getting some things figured out and done. Looking forward to doing some fishing. I think Lorelai's looking forward to doing some shopping in Alabama. So we'll get some shopping done for her. But yeah, a good friend of ours dropped her off some red roses. I don't know if you guys saw that on her Facebook, but she got some red roses yesterday from her friend, from one of our good friends. So shopping is mandatory. Yeah, we do. We face a lot of disasters there. But you guys have your problems in India too, though. You know, I've watched some of the videos. You know, not only earthquakes on the Nepal side of India or wherever, how that lays out, a lot of earthquakes. But around here we mainly have to worry about tornadoes and flash floods. But it usually don't happen too often and doesn't last too long. So that's the good thing about that. So and a lot of traffic today. Let me show you. Yeah, we got a lot of shopping to do, but we're going to try to get some other things done besides shopping in Alabama. We are. We're going to try to have some fun. And yeah, I knew flooding. You guys had problems with flooding. We have a lot of problem with flash floods, short floods. The Philippines have. Yeah, it seems like everybody has problems unless you live in the mountains. So, but I'm checking to see if they've got my truck pulled over yet. I don't think they have. So. Watching the traffic. Sometimes you get a lot of interesting traffic here. You might get a lot of smash 'em up-ins. And so far, hopefully this year we won't have any bad weather. You know, you never know though, right? You never know. But last year we had tornadoes within a mile of our house that really tore up our town. So, but we got really lucky and didn't have any damage. But our town, our area here is still recuperating from those tornadoes. So it can happen for sure. Oh. Man. People who live nearby mountains have their own big problems like landslides. Yeah. Yeah, and of course, if you live in a mountain, you got hills to climb, right? You gotta exert more effort to get up into your house. There's a lot of stairs usually. And we do have landslide issues here. Not that often, like you see in other parts of the world, but we have landslide issues in areas that have been under a fire. So maybe they had a wildfire and it burned down a whole bunch of mountainside, and then it rains a lot. And then, of course, as the trees have died and it starts to break loose, in a year or two, because the root system is now no longer intact and is no longer holding the soil in place. And so we have to worry about, after a forest fire on a hillside in a couple of years, or a mountainside, that there's a good chance that's going to come down if we're not careful. I think it's more dangerous because, you know, one, we're not mountain people, so to speak, because, if you live up in the mountains, you usually got a ways to go to get down out of the mountain, right? Two, you got to climb hills and stairs, and I can't do that very well. And in America, it can snow pretty easily in the mountains, and so you get trapped and you get stuck in the mountains. And then all the trees can cause power outages because they get windy and break the power lines. So yeah, living in the mountains is not quite our cup of tea. Climbing is not my thing. Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not a climber. My ankles don't work anymore. They don't flex. And so climbing a mountain is not up to me. And Lorelai doesn't enjoy it either, to be honest. She's not a mountain girl. We have friends in the Philippines, and we have friends here that live in the mountains. But we have friends in the Philippines that, they have to literally climb a goat trail to get to their houses in the Philippines, and I don't know how they do it. But I guess it's normal to them. And they wear flip-flops while doing it. That's the other thing I don't understand, is how people can wear flip-flops to climb mountains or play basketball in. But I guess you get used to it, Strong people. Well, and of course, mountain land is usually cheaper. And so nobody, the towns live in flat areas. They prefer flat areas because it's easy. So if you live in the mountains, usually traditionally in America, and I don't like to say this, but mountain people usually are regarded as poorer because they have to get the cheaper land. Because maybe your lot is like this versus this, and so flat land is always more expensive. And so the rich people live down in the flatlands or the bottoms, and then the poorer people live up in the tops, or up in the mountains on the hillsides, and they try to farm it and grow it, and just one of the way it is here. But I agree with you. I think people that live out in the country and or the mountains are tougher people than I am. Well, thank you all for watching this today. I'm just sitting here at McDonald's in America. Let me show you the pictures again. This is where we're at. Here's what McDonald's looks like if you don't know. So this is what a McDonald's in America looks like. That's where they're fixing my truck, way over there. Yeah, and I think that's worldwide. I mean, it's only logical that, the bottoms, but then here in in America, and I'm sure like anywhere in the world, we have rivers, and so what we call the wetlands or the flatlands, the floodplains, is where a lot of farmers grow, because when the rivers overflow, they they bring new nutrients back into the soils. And so a lot of farmers like to farm around riverlands. And we call them deltas here in America. Never been in McDonald's, you're not missing anything. It's crappy food. Even in America, it's just junk food. So, you're not missing anything. I try to teach people, even though I don't do very good. Oh, you want to see a pink car? Oh, missed it. That, we don't have those there. You have it, it's in the cities? Okay. Yeah, I know there's McDonald's freaking everywhere. I don't know if they're the same. I can't imagine they serve the same things, right? Because that wouldn't make any sense to me. If I had a McDonald's in India, I wouldn't serve American food. I mean, maybe a tiny bit, but in order to make money, I would sell food that would sell, that people would want to buy. Unless maybe it's a novelty thing. It's kind of like we have a restaurant chain called KFC, which is Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they're all over the world. But for instance, in America, when you buy at KFC, you get mashed potatoes. When you're in the Philippines, they don't have mashed potatoes, they have rice. So you get rice with your chicken versus mashed potatoes. In America, we don't give out rice like that. Americans don't eat much rice, comparatively. And so, but I'm thinking when I'm in the Philippines, I'm like, I'd rather have mashed potatoes, but they don't have any. So I would think it'd be the same thing everywhere. Well, you're not missing anything, and plus you're still young. You know, the key is though for you and for everybody, thank you all for being here, by the way. Whoever's in the background there, come forward and let us know who you're here so we can say hello to you. The key for everybody, and I preach this and teach this, is try to figure out how you can travel in life. Try to enjoy yourself traveling. Yeah, don't be shy. But I think we become better human beings when we travel, because we learn patience, tolerance, and we also learn things about the environment, about the cultures, whether it's in your own country or not. When you go to different areas of your own country, there's so much you can learn if you open up your mind, and I think that's important. Show us some communication skills, that's right. Wait a minute, my dad is calling me. Okay. Better check in with dad and see what's going on. A good day, everybody. It is Friday morning in America. It's about 50-something degrees. If you want to see America, I'll put the camera around, show you. See? You can tell that we're really there. Meme, what's up, man? How are you? We're hanging out in a McDonald's in my home area. That's funny. That guy thinks he's homeless and he's not. That's funny. But we're hanging out. Meme. I got my truck over in the Firestone tire replacement place because I'm having new tires put on my truck and they're doing the front end. So, but how are you? Yeah, what's going on in your world, man? Doing good so far, you know. Woke up this morning. I knew I had to get some tires on my truck. And so where I'm at is at a McDonald's, waiting and hanging out. Thank you for coming back, Nisha. Say hello to me. Meme, say hello to Nisha. So, but when I was coming here, I was listening to the radio, and they were talking on the radio about bathrooms. I'm like, well, that's kind of an interesting or weird conversation, bathrooms. And I thought, well, does anybody out there have any pet peeves about public bathrooms? Not private bathrooms, but public. What is, have you ever been in a public bathroom that you really like? Or what is something that you hate about public bathrooms? Is what they were talking about this morning on the radio as I drove here. So I thought I would throw that out as a topic this morning. But Meme, it's good to have you. How are you? Are you been busy working? I know it's late for you there. We've been doing good, to be honest. We're just busy. Lorelai's birthday is coming up. So, you know, we're going to hang out with some friends and celebrate her birthday this weekend. And Nisha, I think you have a birthday coming up, don't you? Isn't your birthday? Lorelai told me your birthday was at the same point in time in history, right? So, yeah, you two girls had birthdays. Meme says, I like the bathrooms in Japan because the self-cleaning toilets. Yes. I gotta admit, I do like, now I haven't been to Japan, but I've been to Incheon Airport in Korea, and they have nice bathrooms. So the Philippines does not have nice bathrooms. You know, they could do a huge upgrade in bathrooms in the Philippines. So, yes, the is it a sign of the change? Is it a sign of the times are changing? When people like high-tech bathrooms that are have technology in it, where you can watch a TV while you're going to the bathroom, and self-cleaning toilets, and and I know there's videos out there about some of these toilets have so many functions that you can't figure out how to operate them. I think that's kind of funny. So. 4 p.m. Okay, it's 4 p.m. there. All right. So that's not late. It is 9 a.m. here in the great country of America at the McDonald's. So what is your plan for the evening, Mean? Nisha, what are you doing today, by the way? I know you have a holiday tomorrow, you said, right? So it's nighttime for you. So it's nighttime for Nisha, who's going to have a birthday soon. HTN's in the house. Oh yeah, robotic toilets in Japan. Yeah, I remember them. Hey everybody, everybody say hello to HTN. Yeah, and just think, Henry, how much they've improved since the years you've been there. And I really believe America is so far behind when it comes to technology compared to the Asian countries. One thing I absolutely thoroughly love is kitchen gadgets. And I love to watch the videos about kitchen gadgets from Japan and Korea and everything. My plan for today is to clean up my music studio and rewire everything. Dang, that's pretty ambitious. But it's a good thing. That's pretty ambitious. I got to prepare for exams, nothing new. Nisha did very good on her exams, as we knew she would. So, but I know Nisha has a birthday, so you guys tell Nisha happy birthday in there. She may be too shy to admit it, but I know she has one. See, I like the technology stuff. I like cool things. I like to learn, I don't know, I like to see gadgets. I like to see people invent things that make your life a little bit easier. And, we're going to go to a Japanese store down in Dallas, Texas in June, I think, and spend the weekend down in Dallas. So they got a Japanese store there that has a whole bunch of cool gadgets, supposedly. Not today, but it's coming up this weekend. It's coming up pretty soon in the next week, right, Anisha? But you can never wish a lady happy birthday too much, unless they're old. But young women like my wife, whose birthday's coming up, and Nisha's, who's coming up, they're young. So you can never not wish them enough. Your birthday's next month? Well, technically, I have a birthday every month. Just saying, right? Don't we all have a birthday every month? .38 finally. Woohoo, you're big 38. Well, let me show you guys outside while we're talking. Well, here we are. And you guys want to see what a windy day in America, middle of America looks. You can see that the trees hasn't leaped out yet. But, the winds are strong. And I saw a video the other day talking about how foreigners to America are shocked by how many American flags fly in America. And they may be right, because we have probably, in this little area, I could probably point out 10 different American flags flying around in this small area. So we definitely like our American flags. But happy birthday to you, Meme. Congratulations to that. Hey, thinking of Meme a little bit. My good friend James, who lives out in California, took us via this to a German candy store, or a German store, the other day. And he's shipping me a box of goodies from the German store in California. And he's shipping Laura. Ooh, gotta be quiet. Can't tell anybody, but Lorelai's getting a surprise in the mail for her birthday. He's sending her some stuff, but she doesn't know it, and she's asleep. She's not watching. So, but she's getting a birthday thing from California too. So I know she'll be excited about that. But yeah, we had a, they do, they do. Well, he may, what he's sending me is, which I told him I don't need it because I'm fat and we're trying to go on a diet here. But, you know, Germany, I mean, that part of the world has great chocolates. And so he was picking out, and I told him, I said, look, this brand and that brand are really good German stuff because I've had them before direct from Germany. So you just pick out what makes you happy and we'll be, you know, tickled with it. Henry says, I am back. Appreciate you coming back in, Henry. We got a secret. That's right. Welcome back, HTN. So you guys should see how some of our cars are painted up or done. Let me try to show you guys some interesting vehicles in America when they come through the drive-through here at McDonald's. But yes, tell her happy birthday. I will do it. I will do it. I can't tell you when it is. I can't tell you how old she is. All I can do is tell you it's in the month of March. So, and I know she's used to having a big party, but this year we're not having a party. We're going to just have a simple dinner. So she might be a little disappointed. And but we are going to go to Alabama and we're going to spend a week and maybe we'll try to celebrate it more down there. I'm saying that's her vacation, birthday vacation, you know, the trip to Alabama. So that's what we're doing. So Henry, how are things going in your world down there? Is it nice and warm? It's still chilly here. And you can see how windy it is from the flags. So I'll let you guys look outside the window for a minute or two. Yes, from my side too, exactly. But yeah, so I know our friend out in California is sending her a little something, and our good family friend brought her roses yesterday, which she was really shocked by. Now she's not a cut flower girl. She'd rather have a plant than cut flowers. You know what I mean? Something that she could put out in the yard or you know things of that nature. But you know, he's old. He's like her American father and a brother to me, and so he brought her some really pretty roses yesterday that made her very happy and excited. Because she's always told me never buy her cut flowers. I don't know if that means that she really wants them or not, so I just buy her plants. Today is wonderful weather here. Spring is coming. Enjoy that. It's spring is coming here too. It's supposed to be almost 70 degrees here today. Henry lives about nine hours south of me, so he's warmer than I am. HTN lives south of me by a good 8-9 hours, and so he should already be nice and warm. Yeah. Well, we're supposed to hit 70 degrees today. But it's going to be windy all day long. So it's going to probably more feel like it. That's why I'm wearing a sweatshirt and a vest, because it's still not warm here yet. But we need we're ready for it. But now, you know, flatly tell you, in the month of March, we could get 2 feet of snow here. I mean, there's been years, there's a police officer got somebody. Let's see. Policeman just pulled somebody over. Pulled him over in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. He's going to arrest him and take him to prison. You guys can see a police stop in action. Ooh, look at that beautiful car. What is that, a Supra? Oh, that was an Aston Martin. But yeah, that truck's in the way. We can't see the police stop. Well, I can't wait until it gets hot here. I'm ready to go fishing. I'm ready to get outside. I'm ready to get some exercise. I'm ready to, you know, I've been cooped up in the house for months now, and looks like the cop moved away somewhere. So I'm ready to get back outside. But Henry, we're coming to Alabama, and Man, that's a beautiful Aston Martin. Man, that's one of the prettiest cars I've ever seen. Wow. I like cars. So we're going to be in Alabama. We're going to do some fishing. Nisha says it's getting a little hot here, but it's quite okay at night. Yeah, I'm rebuilding the engine of my old car, putting AC and heat in it. Nice. Should be good for cruising the coast in October. Nice. That's good. We hope to be in Alabama by that late in the year. I hope, depending on how everything goes for us, you know. So, depending on how everything goes. Sweet home Alabama. That's it. That's hot. We just like it because it's cheaper than Florida. And it's pretty much the same vibe. You know, it does get a little chilly there during the winter, but it's all right. But, you know, we got a lot to do before then. We got to go there, figure things out, come home, get the house cleaned up, get it ready for photographs, get all the documentations. And then I'm going to put the house for sale by owner this summer. And I'm going to put a little bit of a higher price tag on it in hopes of getting extra money for it. Since we don't have to be in a hurry to sell it. But yeah, we're hoping that we could be out of here. And it'd be much easier if Lorelai ever gets a job working remotely for us. But you know, so everything's up in the air, but we know what we want to do and we're trying to do it. So that's all we can do. But yes. Oh, there's the cop. Where'd he go? Away. But we're looking forward to, you know, fishing more. I am. But I'm going to fish more here, too. As soon as the weather of this month, I'm going to try to take you guys fishing with me a little bit. And trout fishing. Neem is vibing. He is, man. He's doing his thing. Sir, may I tell you, you got a beautiful farm?
Oh, thank you very much.
Very tasty.
Appreciate it.
Very nice.
Only had it about a week.
It's gorgeous.
Like third time I've heard it.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
The guy that's driving the Aston Martin, I told him it's a nice looking car. So, but I got my old Henry. What we're doing is we got the old Dodge truck at the Firestone place today, so I can get new tires, and they're going to realign it. So I'm putting new tires on my old fishing truck today. Is what I'm doing. So the good thing is Firestone has like I don't know, they give you $100 off, and they got another $150 in rebates. So for good truck tires, it brings it down to about $1,200 out the door, which is really bad. But I want to put new tires on my truck, so that's what we're doing today. And hopefully it will ride a little bit better. And you know, I've been getting a bunch of uneven wear on the tires over the years, and I don't know how old those tires are. I got a feeling the tires are a good 10 years old. Even though they still got a little bit of tread on them, I think they're a good 10 years old. So they look like they're starting to have a little bit of dry rot, so I figured I'd get them changed out. So Meme, do you drive a car? Meme, do you have? I know Nisha doesn't have a car because she's too young, but how about you, Meme? The whole street in front of my house is being tore up. They're laying fiber optic cables for internet. Noise all night long, morning and night. Well, congratulations on getting into the modern world. Wow. You're a rock man. See, you're going to be able to tap right in. You're going to have the fastest, bestest internet in the world. That's what you got to think about, is right. But I agree with you. I understand what you mean. It's irritating when you get into that situation. But you're young. You can deal with it. You're only 38. Come on, man. You don't need to sleep, you know. You just roll with it. Only e-bike? Yeah. I have an e-bike. I'm going to try to ride it more this year. I've gotten 50 pounds off last year. And so I'm hoping if I can, I found a couple other bike trails that might be interesting to ride in. So I'm hoping to get more exercise riding my e-bike this year too, for sure. I like e-bikes. If you're old and fat and got a bad heart like me, riding the e-bike is really good because you got power to get you home if you get tired. And two, you just don't have to work that hard, but you can get some exercise. You can get sunshine and fresh air. I can't work by this noise, so I use the time to clean up and rewire it. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. It is. See, now you're thinking smartly. Smartly. Smartly you're thinking. After I get done here, H10, you should see the cars that my friend is working on right now. MG convertible. Oh, MG to Corvettes. I lost count how many he's working on right now. Wow. But even half of them, wow. Well, I was just telling you about that guy's Aston Martin. I'm sure he won't mind if I show you a picture of his Aston Martin. See, that's it right there. See? Another gorgeous thing. Look at that. So, it's a nice car. Now, granted, this car's a little low for me to get in and out of. I'm old and fat. So, we've had convertibles and stuff in the past. And we've enjoyed that. But getting in and out of things is tough. I don't need a car because all grocery stores are around the corner. I work out and save money and by driving. I agree with you. I think if you live in an environment like that, it's like the Philippines. You don't really need a car in the Philippines a lot either. Because one, you can find groceries pretty much anywhere. Two, walking's normal. You can cheap transportation. In America, though, you're going to see, look, in America, in this part of America, if you live in New York City, you need a car. But I promise you, in this part of America, you couldn't get around without a car unless you just want to walk a lot. You can bicycle here, but bicycling in America is different than bicycling in a lot of other countries. We do have trails and sidewalks. That cop got somebody else too, look. He just keeps pulling people over. But bicycling's not the same in America as it is other countries. It's harder here, it's more dangerous here. And you can see a lot of the sidewalks where you have to bicycle are right on the main roads. So it's dangerous. You can get blown over by a truck driving by you. It's beat up, a lot of loose gravel. So for biking in commuter cities, we're not a friendly country for that. But if you like biking nature trails for fun, then we have that in spades. But if you want to bike to get back and forth to work, it's just not an easy country for that. I stick with the classic cars. They're all worth much more. Yeah, I like the classic cars too, but that's just a beautiful freaking car. I mean, that green color is, I don't know, it's a badass car. But I agree with you. I was looking at a Lincoln, an old Lincoln the other day that I really liked. But that's what I was saying earlier though. If we buy another convertible, we're not going to buy another convertible. We're just going to buy an old Jeep and put a Bimini top on it and set it up to where it's always outdoor, type, and not worry about it. Rhino coat everything, get everything secured up, drill holes in the floors if it rains. So that's one thing we're looking to do is get an older Jeep, two-door, maybe a four-banger. It doesn't really matter how big the motor is, just something to cruise up and down the beach coast in Alabama with. Meme says, in Netherlands and Germany, cyclists are given preferential treatment in traffic, always have the right of way. Well, look, in America, you always have the right of way too. But by law, bicyclists and pedestrians have the right of way. But, but it's still just not a user-friendly area. Now we have towns, don't get me wrong, we have a lot of nature trails and biking trails. But a lot of them don't lead to where you need to go. So we do it for recreation, but like, let's say if you worked over at this Starbucks, you see that Starbucks or that Subway where that cop is? You see that? So if you live a few miles away, to get into that parking lot is gonna be risky because you're gonna have to cross in front of traffic turning in and out of places. Not easy to do, not in America. Just not. But we have beautiful, what we call green trails in America, which are not designed for people to go bicycling in. We also have a big mountain biking community all over the nation. But if I'm a commuter, if I need to get over to Chick-fil-A or River Dental from this side to the highway, I got to plan way ahead to figure out how in the hell to get over here. Oh, you two are joining the Duck Club when you get the Jeep. I don't know what the Duck Club is. But I do want it to be an automatic so Lorelai could drive it if she wants to. I don't know what the Duck Club is. Nisha, we appreciate you. Take care. Enjoy your day. Yeah, wow. Now, we do that a lot too, Meme. We have bicycling clubs. And I used to bicycle with a group of guys 2 years ago. So we have bicycling groups and clubs that will go on 5, 10, 15, 30, 50-mile trips around. They make a big circuit. So that's really common. But these will be guys riding $4,000 bicycles, wearing the bike shorts and the helmets and they'll all be talking on their walkies to each other and they'll move in a big herd, right? Which is fun to do. So we do that a lot here, especially in this part of the region where there's a lot of hills that are challenging. But to get, from your house to where you need to go is not as easy. Is that who it is? Backstreet Boys in the background? Well, you got McDonald's. You never know what they're going to play, right? So, so that's the only thing we can think of. Just something that's a little bit higher for us. If we buy another convertible in Florida, it needs to be higher off the ground. Lorelai and I are getting too old to have our butt sitting on the ground. Our backs and knees are not that vibrant anymore. And I don't want it to be jacked up. I want it to be just normal height. So street tires, nothing crazy. Just something that's, hey, maybe we'd buy like this Nissan here. Do you guys see this? This is a Nissan. And it's a Nissan convertible. So we would be okay with that. You see, that one's high enough off the ground that for old people, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So we could buy something like that. Henry, that's interesting, because wow. Maybe down there on the coast, it's definitely not a theme here. I could see the rationale to it, because a lot of people think their Jeeps can go anywhere and a duck can go in water and land, Around here, we have a lot of the Jeeps that are rock climbers. We have the big muddy Jeeps here, because people get out and do that. Here, you'll see Jeeps with, just freaking crazy. And they're Jeep, but I don't think they do soft duck stuff. I think they do more of a manly thing. You know what I mean? But I could see it. That's correct. A lot of the models we sell here, we don't sell in Europe or Asia. Now, the funny thing is, I think Australia has a lot of cool looking cars. I like Australian cars. They got some trucks that are really cool looking, and I like those. But you're right, we don't. The American market and the Asian market and the European market is definitely way different cars. I think ours are probably, I don't know for sure, but my theory would be that ours are bigger. Ours are bigger, more beefy, more manly, worse at gas. Not as sleek and as efficient, not as practical. You know, it's kind of like here. Let me show you this, that Dodge Ram over there. You see that Dodge Ram? That's going to be a full size, and that looks like a nice one. So that thing will barely fit into a parking space. You know, you see, oh, there it is. See it right in front of the camera. So that green Dodge, you know. So you're exactly right. We don't have a lot of small cars. Are not popular in America, unless you're poor, unless you're, you know, like a college student. But yeah. They do that here too. Yeah, I could see that with some of the mud flats and some of that area out there, the trails in the pine forest and stuff. So I can see that. So that's what our Jeep community is here. It's more of a badass thing. Australian version of the El Camino that's the one I like. It's cool. I saw one the other day on a video I was watching, a fishing video from Australia. Man, I'm like, I want that because it's slick looking. It looks like it's in motion, sitting still. I would like to have one of those. That's a cool car. But so you never know. You never know. But yeah, we have big vehicles here. We do have some smaller trucks like the Ford Maverick, which is smaller than the Ford Ranger. And I do think the U.S. market's missing out. I think if people were smart, they would build small pickup trucks again, like the Isuzu Pup. Was it a Pup? Remember the Isuzu Pup or the Ford Courier? Was it Carrier or Courier? I think it was a Courier. I think the American market's missing that. They should go back into business of building small functional pickup trucks, and I think they would do very well in the American market in today's world. Because I think everybody would like to own a pickup truck, but they can't afford a $90,000 Dodge Ram. But everybody would like to buy a little truck that they can, when they go to Walmart or Lowe's or wherever and gets flowers and do stuff, that they could put it in their little truck because they're not going to carry anything heavy, and go that route, right? I think. And if they're cheap enough, around $10,000-15,000, and most people can afford it as a third vehicle. So I mean, that's why I have, you know, my truck.
Sign boards laid out. We may have to revisit that. She may went upstairs because of street.
Wow, really? So the exact same Dodge Ram is around the corner. It has a yellowish license plate. First I thought it was an American, but it's a Dutch one. Wow. That's kind of cool. Huh, that is cool. But the Dodges are big trucks. And same thing with the I think they're the largest truck. They feel like they're the biggest, and I don't know inches wise, but they feel like they're the biggest. The Fords feel like they're a little bit more slender, and the GMCs and Chevys feel like they're a little bit smaller than the Dodges. I don't know for sure about the measurements, but to me, standing by them or being in them, it feels like the Dodge is the larger profile vehicle. But you got to have an extra large garage to get one of those in, lengthwise and size-wise. And but once again, who needs a $100,000 pickup truck? I don't know. That's why I have a $10,000 used one out in the driveway, because we barely drive it. You know, I would never buy another new truck again in my life. unless I won the lottery and had plenty of money to just to waste, because I think it's a waste. And trucks are expensive. Used trucks are very expensive in America. Very, very expensive. The Kia trucks from Japan are really good looking. I haven't seen the Kia truck, but I like the Kia brand. I think Korea has done a very good job updating and turning that into a good brand. So, but I haven't seen the pickup truck. I'll Google it later from Japan. But I think one of the best economy cars, what I call an economy car, is the Kia Soul. I don't know what's called in Europe or in Asia, but the Kia Soul in America is, I think, one of the best all-around vehicles that you could buy. I think it's durable. I think it's fast. I think it's great on mileage. I think it's very roomy and spacious. So I think for young women, college kids, young professionals starting out in life, a Kia Soul is an outstanding purchase, and the price is really good. And you can get them pretty nicely done inside. So, but for, less than 28 grand, you can get a brand new, beautifully loaded Kia Soul that you could pack up luggage and all kinds of stuff in. So, I think they're good cars, but I haven't seen the truck. I wonder if we could have it imported to America. I know there's a lot of people importing the mini trucks from Japan. Have you guys seen that? Where they're importing, but they're not street legal mini trucks. You're not going to be able to run them on American roads because they can't pass the crash test. And so they buy them, and you can use them as agri equipment, but you can't drive them on the open roads because they just don't meet the standards. So I don't know, my car feels bigger than my Dodge truck. All right. It could, yeah. We have a lot of Subarus around here too. But yeah, but the Ford Maverick, I don't know if they have that in Europe. What trucks do they have in Europe, Bean? What small pickup trucks, economy trucks? Because I really do think the American market's missing out on a little niche of affordable small trucks for the weekend guy who needs to go fishing or just go to Lowe's and pick up some flowers and potting soil. Maybe a couple pieces of lumber here and there so they can do a little home improvement crap around their house. Oh, it's the K truck. Okay. Yeah, I know what the K truck is. Yes, I know the K truck. Yes. I don't think you or I would fit in that K truck. It's kind of like the multi-cabs in the Philippines. Those trucks are kind of a very similar thing from Japan. That's what those are. But they convert them over the drive over. But man, they're a little bitty inside. That's right. Meme says, Germans' roads are not designed for such large private trucks. We need little fast racers. I know. But do you have any small trucks in Germany? What's your small truck? Do you have you guys know what a Ford Ranger is? That's kind of the small truck here. We do have one called the Maverick that's a little bit smaller here. But I have a Dodge Dakota. I have an old Dakota. That's what I use for my fishing truck. And it's really good. It has I think I have 140,000 miles on it. I'm going to plan on, that's why I'm putting $1,200 of tires on it. The truck's probably not worth 8,000 Blue Book, but we're going to keep it for a long time. Take it to Alabama, and when I need to do landscaping, I have my own truck. You can drive them here, yeah, just not on the highway. That's what I mean. They don't meet DOT regulations, so you can't get them licensed or anything. But they can be agri equipment. You can list them as that, farm equipment, or however you want to say it. Audi A8 is one of the biggest unusual SUVs you can buy in Germany. I like Audis. I think they're nice cars. And I had to Google the A8. I don't know what that is. We have some big SUVs here. We have like the Cadillac Escalade. and we have the Lincoln Navigator. I think in the Chevy Suburban. Those are our big three large SUVs, and these damn things are big. They're bigger than pickup trucks. I'm sure they're built on the same frame, but they are big, boxy, gigantic vehicles that suck down gas and take up 20 parking spaces to park. Especially when you got an 80-year-old woman trying to drive one, you know. It's like driving a bus. So, but hey, if you get one of the Lincoln Navigators fully loaded, you're talking about $130,000. They are one beautifully luxury vehicle. And Jeep in America has also now come out with a very large SUV to rival them, and it's very nice inside. So Jeep, I can't remember what it's called. I don't know if it's the Jeep. I can't remember what the Jeep is called. Wagoneer maybe, but it's big. It's almost as big as the other SUVs, the Cadillac and the Lincolns, and the Suburban. 140 is nothing on the Autobahn. Wow. Well, nothing. 140 is nothing in America. We just can't go that fast because so therefore it makes it nothing. I guess there's parts in America that you could easily go 140 miles an hour. The problem, our roads are not laid out for it. So our roads are not laid out for high speed. There's too many curves, too many elevation changes, too many uppers. And then of course you got to worry about all the debris that's on our roads. We have a lot of debris in the roads in America. So you'll find tools to ladders to tire parts, lots and lots and lots of gravel, because we don't do a very good job, I think, cleaning our roads in America or the sidewalks. That's one of the things that makes bike commuting in America difficult. Our sidewalks are not cleaned, so there's a lot of glass and rocks on it. And so when you're trying to go through it with your bike, you can wipe out and or cut up your tires. So that's part of the problem here. And there's I think that raises an interesting question, right? And I get Europe, you got the Autobahn, right? So having a car that could do 140 kind of makes sense because you're actually able to achieve that, right? Well, in America, you can't go 140 anywhere. I don't care who you think you are. You're going to get out, maybe if you're on the interstate in Florida or Texas where it's just flat and straight, you can get your car up to that. But normally, your car doesn't go 80, 85 miles an hour in America. It's just not, our roads are just not designed for high-speed travel in America. If you get on some of the turnpikes, like one we have going to Oklahoma, you can do 85 on it, but we're just not equipped for it. Yeah, pretty much the technology, on the new cars, you either love it or hate it, you know. Now, I don't work on my cars anymore very much, just simple things. So, and Lorelei loves the technology, all the cool gadgets and stuff, but not for me. I do like simple things. That's why I don't mind driving my old beat-up truck. I don't have to worry about it too much, getting confused. Sometimes these new cars, they get confused about where they're at. I think the computer does. So I think, meaning like, if you get in your new car and you push the start button, but your foot's not on the brake, of course it won't start. It shouldn't. And then if you put your foot on the brake and continue to try to start it, the car gets kind of confused, like, what in the hell are you doing? At least the new cars I've been in, you can confuse new cars, and then you gotta stop, wait a second, and let it kind of rebalance itself, and then hit the start, and then proceed. So you can make your new car a little confused. It's kind of like hitting too many buttons on the keyboard, I think. But yeah, I need to get some work done in my old truck. I still need to get the back doors fixed. I haven't found the damn parts, and but I need to get my back doors fixed. Meme says twice a week a cleaning truck with large electric brooms drive around and clean. Yeah, we have those here, but if you see one in a year, that's all you see. We don't do a good job cleaning. I mean, America's a really clean country, don't get me wrong, especially compared to Asia, like the Philippines and other countries, Mexico, Belize, Honduras, a lot of other countries. But it would be nice if we spent more of all that multi-billion trillion dollars that we're pissing away to other people on cleaning up the roads, the sidewalks, because I like good clean sidewalks. You know. But since I ride an e-bike and for exercise, I like my sidewalks to be safe. Because a lot of times you got to take sidewalks to get to trails. And when they're full of gravel and glass and bottles and diapers and trash and stuff, it's, that people are throwing out along the highway because the sidewalks go right along the busy ass highway. They could have set them off 6 feet, but no, they got them literally right next to the freaking road. So you get a truck flowing by you at 50 miles an hour, they're going to blow you over. So they should have set them off a couple feet. They should have a rule, You're a techno guy too? Yeah, my wife really likes the technology stuff. And now I gotta admit, I've gotten used to it, and I like it. I think it's nice to, I love the GPS system, and, because I don't gotta think as much, but it's one thing Lorelai and I discuss is we're going somewhere. I look at the maps ahead of time, so I kind of know where I'm going, what the layout is, because I'm old. So I like to kind of know. And so when we get booking down the road, the GPS is sending us a different direction. I go, now, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Why are we going this way? So I will stop and question the GPS and make sure Lorelai entered the directions or the location incorrectly. Because, for instance, if I'm in the state of Arkansas and if I want to go to the state of Louisiana and my GPS system sends me to Missouri, Louisiana is south of me, Missouri is north of me for point of reference, I know there's a problem. Whether Lorelai entered in the wrong zip code or the wrong city, or the GPS system is just bonkers. So, you get used to, Lorelai will just blindly trust the GPS. She will blindly trust her car's safety features. She will turn as long as the mirrors aren't blinking orange. She thinks it's safe. She thinks I'm crazy because I always check my mirrors. I always look behind me. I look at the computer. I look at the cameras. I do all of it. She only looks at the camera on the car that tells her where things are around us when she drives. So she doesn't look in the mirrors. It drives me crazy. She's like, well, the car will tell me there's money there. And I'm like, you're going to really trust this car? I can't do it. I can't trust the car to make sure I'm not going to get blindsided. I want to know. So that's the one thing funny. Man, he just got a nice car. The funny thing about this Aston Martin that guy's driving, now he's probably my height, about 5'9", 5'10", and he probably weighs $140, and he could barely get in that damn thing. So how do you think a big old fat guy like me is going to get in that itty bitty car? But it is a good looking car. So I tell Lorelai all the time, I said, look, you got to check your mirrors. You got to check behind you. Just don't look at the reverse camera and wait for it to beep if somebody's behind you. You got to look all the way around you. There's a bigger plane of view. You need to look all the way around your car when you're moving your car. You can't just say, oh, well, the camera didn't pick up anything, so I must be safe. No, that's not the way it works, I think you got to take advantage of it, and that's what I do. I use the backup camera and the front camera and the side sensors on her car, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to. And what I worry about, guys, is this, or what I think or notice is, it's like on my truck, right? I got an old truck, No technology in it at all. Well, there's a little bit, but nothing much. I got big mirrors, right? Big mirrors that help me see around me and give me a bigger blind spot view, so it lessens the blind spot. Well, the new cars with all the technology have little bitty mirrors because they don't think you're going to use them. For me, there's a newer, there can be never enough buttons. I was the child who always wanted to press the buttons in the elevator. That's good. Now, I will say, I have become a fan, and I've seen this in some of the luxury cars, with the touchscreen entire dash. I know it's nothing but a gigantic computer screen, but I do think that's kind of cool. The thought that everything's digital, and it's like watching a TV, you know? That's kind of cool. I don't know if you can try, I don't know what you're going to do when it breaks. Or something weird, or diode, or whatever they call to make the screens out of breaks. But it is cool technology. It's okay, but at the same time, if one thing goes out, you're stuck with a huge bill to fix it. So I don't like, I agree with you. So you got to replace the whole entire motherboard, or the interface, or whatever it's called. But it is just so cool because all these functions you can do at a touch of a finger now. And you know, and I like the Mercedes and some of these other cars. I mean, Lorelei Subaru, it's a 21 model. It has a really big display. It's probably 11 by 9 inch display on it, and I love it. And why I love it is because when I'm driving and I'm using the GPS, I need it to be, if I'm going to use it, if I can't hear it, I need to see it. And so it's big enough that you can see it. And one big difference between Lorelei, like Lorelei and I, she'll use the GPS and she just kind of says, when it says turn left, she turns left. Well, I want to see the bigger map. I want to see that I'm really going where I'm supposed to be going. I'm not just blindly following left, right, left, right, left, right. I say I want to be going where I think I'm going. So I want to see the bigger picture. So on her Subaru, the screen's big enough that you can zoom in, but still have enough of a picture going, yeah, I'm going in the right direction. You know, everything's lining up. The directions are lining up. I'm going north. Okay, I'm going north. You know, the map looks like, yeah, I'm going north because I can see Missouri up there. You know, so I'm kind of weird about that. Lorelei doesn't care. As long as she just follows it. Go left, go right, go left, go right. She just follows that. I'm like, I don't trust it. I want to know if it's telling me the truth or not. So that's kind of what I do. All right. You guys ready for a journey? Let me throw my food away. We're gonna take a walk. Make sure I didn't leave anything. Let's go outside. Oh, there's that Aston Martin. He's still here. See that car? Look at that. Look at that. I love that green color. Make sure we don't get ran over here. I need to get my eyes examined in the next couple of weeks. So here's America. Way over there's what gas is. Kind of what it looks like around here. McDonald's. Walgreens is a pharmacy. You got a Burger King, Academy Sports. Ooh, that wind is strong here today. You can see the flags are flying. That's our interstate right over there. Of course, you got a Starbucks. Oh, my truck's done. Well, there's my truck. There's the tires. What do you think? All right, guys, I appreciate you. I'm going to get off of here and pay my bill and get out of here. So we appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's a good plan. Watching out for the kids. All right, guys, I will see you guys later tonight. Everybody be careful, and we will talk to you guys later.